This happened about 30 years ago. Every Sunday, my family would walk over to my grandparents' house for dinner. One night, while everyone was in the living room watching television, I needed to go to the toilet. While relieving myself, that was when the atmosphere changed. I turned slightly and I saw a woman's head floating beside me. Just a head, expressionless, staring.
Hello everyone.
Welcome back to Lingdu Space. Today is another episode of Stories You Sent In. Before that, I want to share that our YouTube channel has reached 40,000 subscribers. Yay!
Yes, that's right. Thanks for your support. We are very grateful.
So today we've already chosen 4 different stories. Let's get started now.
Okay.
Okay, the first story was written by Siting, okay? She said, "Did someone put a curse on my father?" A few years ago, though I can't remember exactly which year, my dad started experiencing pain from his wisdom tooth. He eventually went to the dentist to have it extracted. On his way back home, something unusual happened. A car tried to cut into his lane, and it triggered him to start cursing and shouting vulgarities at the driver. It was uncharacteristic, but we didn't think much of it at that time. Later that night, close to 1 a.m., things took a strange turn. My dad suddenly became very anxious and uneasy. He kept telling my mum and the rest of us that he had to take off his wedding ring. He walked into the kitchen while my mum tried to help him remove it by applying soap to his hand, but no matter what she did, the ring wouldn't come off. It is important to note that he had been wearing the ring for many, many years, so it's not something that could be easily removed. We kept asking him, "Why remove that?" But all he said was, "If I don't take it off today, I won't be able to sleep." My elder brother, who is the most muscular in the family, stepped in to try to pull the ring off his finger, but he also failed. My dad grew increasingly agitated. Eventually, he stopped in his room and returned with a hammer. He was furiously determined to break the ring. We were all shocked and tried to stop him. My brother asked again, "Are you sure you want to break it?" My dad nodded. Finally, my brother managed to break the ring apart. Only then did my dad calm down and he was finally able to sleep peacefully. In the days after, he kept complaining about pain from his wisdom tooth surgery. But then something even more unsettling began to happen. One particular day, he started acting very strangely. He was smiling the entire day. That was extremely unusual because my dad has always had that stern face and a hot temper. He rarely smiled. But that day, he smiled nonstop and he made all of us feel uneasy. Later that night, things escalated. He stood in front of the mirror and kept asking, "Why do I look so different?" My mom, my second brother, and I overheard him and were completely stunned. He kept smiling at himself repeatedly and asking how he looked. Yeah, the way he stared at himself in the mirror and smiled gave us chills. My mom started to suspect something was wrong, something beyond just surgery. She gently asked if he was still frightened from the wisdom tooth extraction. My dad recounted the experience again and once more mentioned how he had cursed at that car that cut into his lane that night. That's when my mom began to believe something spiritual might have happened. She thought that maybe because he kept cursing at that exact moment, something entered his body. His unusual behavior lasted for a few weeks. During that time, he became very clingy towards my mom, constantly following her around the house and insisting that she sleep beside him every night. While he was unusually sweet and always smiling, something still felt very wrong. Every time I looked at him, I would get goosebumps. There was just something off, and I couldn't shake that eerie feeling. Eventually, my mom reached out to my third aunt and uncle to share what had happened. They advised her to bring my dad to a temple to seek help from a Buddhist monk. At that temple, the monk gave my dad amulet water to drink and instructed my mom to prepare a flower bath for him, which he had to take for 3 consecutive days. After following the monk's instructions, my dad gradually returned to his normal self. What do you think?
I think, okay, in my opinion, I think he might be trying to blame it on the fact that he cursed while driving. Maybe he's afraid that he offended something he doesn't understand, right? But I think from our perspective as monks, right? Taiwanese people like to call this thing kadyuin, which means being affected by negative energy. It's like maybe when he went for the surgery, he lost a lot of blood and felt a lot of pain. His own energy, right, would be low. And maybe at that time his luck was also a bit down. So when your own energy is low and your luck is also low, it just so happens that you get affected by negative energy. Taiwanese people like to say "kadu in," meaning something just happened and you bumped into some bad energy, which caused him to become like this. But actually, becoming like this isn't so bad. He became clingy. From having a hot temper, he became clingy.
He's always so sweet now, smiling and looking happy.
But later he went to a temple to drink talisman water and wash with flower water to get rid of the negative energy. It's hard to say. Actually, if my dad, who usually has a hot temper, suddenly became so gentle, I probably wouldn't take him to the temple.
I also think maybe it's because he did something he feels guilty about.
Yeah, maybe it's possible.
Wait, I don't really understand either. I'm not very sure. But when I read that story, I felt like maybe it wasn't because he went to extract his wisdom tooth. So would you. Maybe something happened earlier.
Yes.
And then, just as he went to get his wisdom tooth out, a whole series of things happened, you know? It solved it with that.
Got it.
Yeah.
This is the realistic idea and this is the metaphysical idea.
Yeah, so
The second room is from our audience member named Zach. This happened to my third brother when I was in primary school around 11 p.m. Both my brothers were asleep on the bed and I was on the mattress on the floor beside them. The room was quiet except for my elder brother's snoring. That night, my brother had a strange dream. He saw himself standing at a place with a street sign that said Serangoon North. Trees surrounded the area, which was filled with red candles. And then he saw her, a woman in a red dress with long black hair. She looked straight at him and asked in Chinese, "Can I borrow your body?" She refused, and the next moment he woke up, but when he opened his eyes, he realized he couldn't move. His whole body was frozen. He could see his eldest brother sleeping beside him, snoring like it was nothing, but he couldn't move and he couldn't call out. Then he felt something pressing down on his whole body from hip to toe. With each second, the weight got heavier and heavier, like something invisible was pinning him flat to the bed. Desperately, he was smart. He started praying in his head to every single god he could think of. And slowly, the pressure eased, and finally, he could move again. The next morning, as soon as he woke up, he told me what he had dreamt. When we were all at the breakfast table, he told my mom. She was reading the newspaper at that time, and after hearing him out, she was really shocked, because right there in the news, there was a report of a young woman in a red dress who had committed suicide at Serangoon the night before, around 10 p.m. Back then, we lived just minutes away at 7 Marlin Avenue. That day, my mom took my brother to the temple to pray, and to this day, he still remembers her face clearly. The woman in red among the candles, asking to borrow his body. Wow, what a coincidence.
oh my goodness.
Wow, this is a bit too much of a coincidence.
Is that the person who has already passed away?
Yes, that's right. He said he was sleeping at 11 o'clock and at 10 o'clock that person committed suicide, then appeared in his dream.
Is it because, like you just said, when your luck is low, it's easier
It's not only about bad luck. As our teachings explain,
Mm-hmm.
is that right? It's just that this woman, this lady, she committed suicide not far from you. And it's possible, as they say, that your luck is connected. She has some kind of fate with you, like you've heard in those stories. This person was born in a certain year, month, day, and hour. Those are the so-called 8 characters. And by coincidence, she has a connection with you. So she comes to you, maybe in your dreams, and tells you these things like, "Can I borrow your body?" It sounds pretty scary, but at that time you saw information about this girl in the newspaper. As a monk, when you know this, you can probably figure out who her family is, right?
Yeah.
So you might need to, if you want, you can contact her family and tell them, "Hey, this lady had this happen, she wants to borrow my body." I don't know if you have properly collected her soul or done any rituals for her, because we're in Singapore, right? A lot of people don't know that if someone dies in an accident, like a car accident or something, you have to go to that place.
The location, right?
You have to go to the location to guide their soul back.
Yeah.
Because for many people, they just collect the body directly, bring it home from the hospital, or go straight from the hospital to the cemetery, and then perform rituals at home or there, like chanting or whatever. But the soul isn't even at the hospital. The soul is already at the place where the accident happened. So you have to go to that place to guide the soul back and then properly perform the rituals for them. So if I were him, right? If I happened to dream about it, and there really was this kind of connection, I might go and tell the family, "Hey, your daughter might have this issue or something. Maybe you should find a master, a Taoist priest, to guide her soul and then perform the rituals for her." Yeah.
Is it because he said he wanted to borrow a body, right? Is it because there's something he hasn't finished, so he needs to borrow a body to, I don't know, do it?
Yes, that's possible. He might say that, but we shouldn't agree to it. You know, since you already know whose soul it is, just ask a master or a Taoist priest to handle it. You shouldn't get too involved in this yourself.
Then what if some people are truly caring?
Are very kind, patient, and kind.
Yeah,
If he asks you to do this,
right, but they're just like, okay, I'll help you.
if he asks for gold, lorry, silver, or gold, would you let him burn it himself?
What do you mean?
It's like, if he suddenly tells you he wants 5 lorries of gold and silver bars, would you burn them for him? That's impossible.
At that time, you would find his family.
Yes. Okay, but I think for this, if I want to borrow your body, sure, you can interpret it in many different ways. But for us ordinary people, it's better to just find a priest or a Taoist to take care of it. There's no need, no, it's not really your business. Doing good is good, but don't go out of your way.
If it were me, I would say, no, I can't. I'm scared. What if you use my body to do something I don't know about?
All right, what if he tells you he wants you to be his substitute?
For this kind of thing, I would still just say no. Say sorry and maybe ask his family to do it first.
Yes, but I don't think it's a bad thing because it's just fate. If you can do this and talk to his parents, that's good too. This is a good deed. So, you can help too, you can help ghosts, and you'll also gain merit. So
That is true. The next story is about Jeremy. He said, "This happened about 30 years ago when I was still a kid. Every Sunday, my family would walk over to my grandparents' house for dinner, just a short distance across the street. They lived very close, okay? And every time we arrived, I would run straight to my grandfather's room to greet him and sit on his bed. It was a routine. One night, while everyone was in the living room watching television, I needed to go to the toilet. I headed to the kitchen bathroom, but my grandma was doing laundry and had blocked the area with bamboo poles. She told me to use the bathroom in my grandfather's room instead. Being a kid, I rushed in without closing the door while relieving myself. I started whistling out of habit. That was when the atmosphere changed. A faint cold breeze brushed past me. I turned slightly and I saw a woman's head floating beside me. Nobody, just the head hovering at eye level, expressionless, staring. Oh my goodness, sorry. I froze. I wanted to scream, but nothing came out. I stood there crying until my cousin heard me and ran in. He carried me out to the living room with my pants still down.
He had to say with my pants still down.
Yeah, because he was so scared, he just couldn't move, he just cried. When the adults asked what happened, I said I saw something dirty, something not human. They didn't believe me. Instead, they scolded me for talking nonsense and made me kneel down in front of the house deity. Then my silent cousin suddenly broke down. He said he saw it too, just for a moment before it vanished. The whole room went silent. Sometime later, my mom took out an old photo album to show us pictures from her younger days. One photo stopped me immediately. My mom was posing with a woman beside her. "That's her," I said. "That's the lady I saw in the toilet." My mom's face changed. She flipped through the album to check again, then quietly closed it. The next Sunday, she told everyone the truth. The woman I saw was her younger sister, my aunt, who had passed away before I was born. I've never seen her photos or heard stories about her, so I couldn't have recognized her. From then on, my family believed me. But one question bothered my grandfather. Why would my aunt appear like that? She has always been gentle, especially with my older brother who had met her in person. I wonder if maybe it wasn't actually her. My grandma didn't believe any of it until something happened to her. One night she called my mom and asked to stay at our place. When she arrived with my cousin, she looked pale. She had left my grandfather alone in the house. She said she had woken up briefly and saw a tall, dark figure in a tuxedo walk silently past her bed towards the kitchen. The kitchen was a dead end, but the figure never came back out. When she checked, the kitchen was empty. Terrified, she woke my grandfather up, told him everything, and insisted that they leave together, but my grandfather was a tough man, a war survivor who had worked as a body disposer during the Japanese occupation time. He refused to run. He stayed behind alone to see what really was in the house. For the next few days, he reported only minor events, soft noises at night, and a sense of being watched. Nothing physical, nothing harmful. Then in the second week, everything changed. His house caught on fire. When we saw the smoke from our unit, we ran over. Thankfully, my grandfather managed to escape. The house was repaired and repainted, and strangely, after the fire, everything stopped. The atmosphere became lighter. Even during visits, the house felt peaceful. Sometimes butterflies would fly in at night for no reason. A few years later, my grandparents moved away and nothing paranormal happened again, or at least not that they chose to tell them. My grandfather passed away 11 years ago, but every Sunday, we still keep the traditions of visiting my grandma. And whenever we walk past their old home, the memory of what happened there never really leaves us.
Thank you for your service body disposal.
Yeah, my goodness.
His grandpa is really amazing. You should know, don't be afraid. He won't be scared. He's not afraid.
Yeah, he's really not afraid. Wow, this is truly a man.
Truly a man.
Yeah, a real man. But I wonder if it's because of his aunt, like his father's sister or his mother's sister. Like, I don't know if there's something with his mom or something.
Okay, from my point of view, from my perspective, he was a tough guy whistling by himself at night. He whistled.
But how?
Because whistling is sort of attracting. It's a...
Okay.
Do you have a reason why people would say that, right?
Yeah.
So you have to think of it this way. As your aunt, is it wrong for me to come see my niece or nephew? Right?
That's right, but
So
a head without a body is really scary.
you have to understand, he was peeing when the auntie came over because you whistled and she thought you were calling her. She came to see what was happening. He only said he saw a head. He didn't say she scared him or did anything frightening. He just
Just that there was no body?
But like we said, sometimes kids can see things, right? But it's possible. These things are possible because when you were young, whether you had a third eye or whatever, maybe she was showing herself to you completely, but you only saw the head. You can't rule out this possibility. Maybe she really was showing you everything, but your eyes, your ability could only see her head.
Huh, is there really such a thing?
You may not have fully seen her.
Let's say if you could see, okay, let's say there's something in front of me, okay? Then maybe I only see the head, but maybe you would see the body, right? Oh, wow. Okay.
It's because when we talk about eyes like this, our sensitivity and everything are different for each person. So it's possible that he really did, because later he talked about his grandfather. His Agong said that when she was alive, she was a very gentle woman. His brother saw it too, and nothing happened. So why would she scare him for no reason? It's impossible. I personally think, okay, in my judgment, if we use logic, it's impossible. So maybe she really was showing you her whole self, but your eyes could only see her head.
I don't think she was trying to scare him.
Then what do you think she was doing?
I think maybe there's I don't know, is there always a reason? Maybe it's because she hasn't seen him before?
I might think that maybe it's possible that he just came back for a holiday just to take a look. You know, sometimes our ancestors come home to see us. Like, you know what they say, when a butterfly flies in or a moth comes in, you can't kill it. That's your grandpa. So maybe it's something like that. Maybe she just came back to take a look and you happened to see her head but not her body. And then later, he said his grandma also saw something. I don't know how long after. His grandma saw one too.
A figure.
A shadow walking in the kitchen.
Yes.
These things could also be, let's not always think in a negative way. It could be our ancestors coming home, maybe ancestors from previous or later generations coming back to take a look, and they didn't do anything anyway.
Yeah.
Then he said suddenly there was a fire at home.
Yeah.
Right? I personally don't think that's the case.
It's unrelated, right?
I personally think it's unrelated. Maybe if you tell me that a ghost wants to hurt you, right? Once you're dead, then if a fire starts, you wouldn't be able to run out either. It would cause you some kind of accident.
So you mean...
Yes.
Yeah, it's just to stop you.
His family may worship gods. He mentioned there are gods at home and he must kneel before them.
Yeah.
It's possible that the gods in his house also think it's okay. If you really have something in your house, he says, fine, I'll light a fire in your house, burn a fire, and then nothing will be left because fire is very...
It dispels disasters.
Yes, that's right.
Really?
You might say he's like fire. Any dark vessel would fear it since fire would melt or burn it away. Right? So this time, because he said this fire, after it finished burning, nothing else happened. It's possible that any kind of energy, like negative energy or whatever was there, was all burned away by this fire. So there was nothing left and nothing else happened.
Okay. Jeremy, did you hear what Keith said? Just now, maybe when you were a child, your third eye could only see a little bit. So that's why you only saw his head. But I think it was his cousin or his brother, said...
Also saw it.
Yeah, he also saw it. Then how do you explain that your brother couldn't see it?
I wouldn't say they have a third eye. But as we usually say when we're young, sometimes we see things, right? So it's possible that it just so happened that both of them always saw only that one thing.
Okay, Jeremy, don't overthink it. Maybe as a kid, your ability to see spirits wasn't strong, so you only saw the head, or you were too nervous or scared to notice if there was a body.
Maybe you were over there and I was pulling up my zipper. Auntie, don't look at me.
He didn't even dare. He didn't even dare to move because he said when he tried to shout, no sound came out.
Oh,
so...
I noticed his cousin carried him to the living room without pants.
Yeah, oh, poor you. Oh, it's okay, it's fine when you're little. But when you grow up, oh, who would take a picture of that?
Next story. Okay, this one was sent in by Terrence. Back in 2002, my best friend and I were business partners. Okay, one day, I discovered that he had stolen one of my major projects and pretended to be someone else to raise money from the public. I had enough evidence to report him to the police, but because we had been friends for more than 10 years, I chose not to. I exposed his actions to the right people, and his reputation collapsed. Unable to fight back legally, he decided to take revenge spiritually. Oh, this one.
That person is really malicious. It's not kindness at all, it's pure malice.
He asked a white-robed Ajan to cast a hex on me. A hex is a kind of...
It's just, oh, okay.
a curse.
Oh, okay.
Late one night, around 1 a.m., I was asleep. When I suddenly woke up, my room felt wrong. Call alert. Then I saw about 20 dark, faceless shadows rushing into my room. The last one seemed like the leader. They lined up at the foot of my bed like a platoon. When the leader gave a command, they all charged toward me as if trying to enter my body. But just before they reached me, something invisible pushed them away. It happened again and again 3 times, like they were hitting a barrier around me. I realized later that the barrier came from a powerful talisman I kept near my bed. After falling head-on, the shadows changed tactics. Wow.
Wow, okay.
There was fighting, there was tactics, okay? They circled around me at high speeds, launching sudden attacks from different angles. The barrier held, but those 5 minutes felt endless. Even if one attack had succeeded, I believe I would have been badly harmed. Eventually, they regrouped and left as fast as they came. I stayed in a... What are you laughing at? I stayed in bed until morning, too scared to move. After that night, I understood a few things. First, the spiritual world exists. Number 2, even a close friend can betray you.
That's true.
Number 3, spiritual protection matters. Protection does matter. I was angry at what he had done, so with no training and no guidance, I decided to fight back. I took my strongest amulet from my altar, held it in my hand, and simply gave it permission to defend me and to make my former friends suffer enough to stop. The next few nights were quiet. About a week later, just past midnight, I felt something enter my room again. But this time it wasn't a swarm of shadows, it was a single calm figure in a monk's robe. I could only see his back. He sat at the end of my bed. The feeling was peaceful, not threatening, and instinctively I knew it was Luang Putuat, the deity my friend had been spiritually adopted by since birth. He spoke in a language I didn't recognize, but somehow I could understand him. He asked if I could let go of my anger, and I replied in my own language, saying my friend started this. He should be the one to stop. He answered again, saying he knew my friend was in the wrong, but he still hoped I would stop the attack. He was trying to negotiate. I told him plainly I would only stop if my friend also stopped. There was no agreement, but the conversation remained calm. Luang Putuat stood up and floated out of the room, still facing away from me. From that experience, I understand 2 things. 1, telepathy is real.
Telepathy.
And number 2, my spiritual counterattack was strong enough that Luang Putuat himself intervened. A senior later told me that for someone who is not a master or practitioner, my ability to cast such a strong defense and even force a negotiation was extremely rare. He told me never to let go of the amulet that protected me. I hope I never have to use it again, but if anyone tries to hurt me the same way, I won't hesitate to defend myself. Wow. Wow, this is intense.
Wow. This person, no way.
Why are you laughing like that?
You can't laugh?
Cannot laugh, okay? We cannot doubt, okay?
No, I don't have any doubt. I just feel like his amulet is really powerful.
Could you show us your amulet? Maybe we could buy one as well.
So you got it. Wow, that's really strong.
So we don't need to practice. We can just buy the amulet. Can you tell us more?
No, regular people like us can. No need, you don't have to.
It's on the way. By the way, there are laws.
Wow, even I think, wow, he can take on 20 people at once. Wow, does that mean he's just too strong? So those 20 guys would just get...
Take down our guy.
Can I say something?
I don't understand. I don't understand because this time I assume because he kept talking about things related to Thailand, it might be a Thai Buddha amulet. I don't know how to judge it because this isn't my area of expertise. Yeah, it's not my specialty. So I can only say to this viewer, you're amazing that Luang Pu Thuat would come to you.
Oh,
Wow, I also want Luang Pu Thuat to come to me. Okay, wow, really, I won't deny that this happened, but maybe it's because of your constitution and your fate. You have a strong connection with Luang Pu Thuat. I think when it comes to metaphysics, if you study and practice it, you might become a pretty powerful master.
yeah, I think so too. Besides his amulet, because you yourself, you have to be like, I don't know, something about you is really strong. Even when you're not using your amulet, you can take on two people at once and win.
I believe that maybe it's because of how much he worships and believes in his amulet. He really has a lot of faith. If you believe in Buddha, Buddha will naturally protect you. So he must really have a sincere heart.
Yeah.
But what about the aspect of working together? Here's how I think about it. If we want to break a curse next time, it's not just a one-time thing. We have to start from the root, from the very beginning, and cut it off there. Because if you just block it now, right, it might still come back.
So he wasn't referring to that Luang Pu. What was it?
Told him to come and find,
Yeah, told him to negotiate.
right? But his negotiation is about telling you to put down your weapons, not to fight. He wants you to be more compassionate, more generous, right? Like he wants you to be the bigger person. But because he used this Buddha amulet, it's possible that, as our monks like to say, your intention, your energy, maybe you just happen to use it right, like a 1 in 100 chance, and you manage to create a situation where this Luang Pu comes to guide you. Or maybe it's because you really believe in him, so he comes to help. He sees you walking by and no, he sees you taking the wrong path, which you shouldn't. We practice Buddhism, we should be compassionate, we shouldn't have this kind of mindset. Then he comes to guide you and tells you that you can't do this.
Did he say anything happened to his friend?
But he didn't say anything. So how do you know it was him who did it to you? Did he come and tell you, I put a curse on you? How do you know, right? Unless maybe later you consult a master and the master asks if you've offended anyone recently, then you think of this person.
Did the two of them have a falling out?
Yes, they had a falling out, but how do you know he went to find an Ajahn to put a curse on you?
Because he reported it, he told the police.
He didn't.
No. He had enough evidence. Oh, because he went to expose him.
Who did he look for behind the scenes? How do you know? He explained it well.
Oh, I don't get it. Maybe someone told him.
But wow, that shadow can change tactics.
Yo, I think 20 of them. Wow.
Hey, just 20 of them, that's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome.
That's a platoon, right? Isn't a platoon 20 people 20?
No, it's not a platoon, it's a section.
Oh, sorry, a section.
No, it's another section.
Got it, okay? Section, sorry. Yeah, a section. Yeah, then maybe it's, wow, it really is a section. Here, and their army. Oh my goodness, it's really called army like this.
Maybe.
So do they have this kind of tactic?
Wow, but
That kind of tactics really amuses me.
I'm very amused, Lei, by these shadows tactics because when we send troops and send those things to do stuff, we also haven't seen their tactics can like.
Yeah.
So, bro, so before this happened, you could already see these ghosts and stuff. Do you have a third eye? Or was it only at this time that you started seeing them? Yeah. Because it's very interesting, like you have this ability to see them so clearly, and you can even communicate with Luang Pu Thuat, talk to him. Wow.
Negotiate, huh?
Negotiating and stuff like that.
Wow.
Wow, I think a lot of Ajahn or even monks might not be able to gain this ability even after practicing for half their lives. Honestly, if you, his name is Terence. Terence, if you're interested in this, I think you should study metaphysics.
Hey, you should go study it. I think if you practice and cultivate yourself, it will definitely be much better.
Wow.
Oh my God, so excited for real. Terrence, you're amazing.
Yeah, but I mean, I'll talk about this later. Even really close friends might do these things. It's actually kind of sad. But I want to tell all of you, if you don't like someone or you don't like something they've done, don't immediately think about finding someone to bring them down or do something bad to them. All of this, you'll also get the consequences. You'll also receive it.
I believe in karma. I really believe in karma, seriously. Some people really have wronged you, but just let it go. Karma will come, I believe. Do you believe?
I really believe in karma.
You believe? Mm-hmm.
I really believe in it.
So that's 4 stories. Congratulations to the 4 of you. You'll be getting our HELLBANK merch. I'm not going to tell you which one it is, okay? You'll understand when you receive it. Then
Then what? Don't stress me out then.
Then I'll just say, please go ahead. Jot it down and send us your stories.
Yeah.
Because we all read them, really.
We all read them.
I'm not lying to you.
Every time you ask when we'll post again.
Hey, when will my story be released?
Yeah, but you have to know, is your story as interesting as what we just talked about?
That exciting?
That exciting, yeah. Then your chances will be higher.
Yeah. But don't make up stories, okay? Otherwise, if it's too fake, that's not good either, you know? We want real stories, okay? Before we leave,
Our slogan,
yes, remember to like, subscribe, and...
turn on the notification bell.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye for real.